We are already.
Let's just go. Let's do it.
Hey, are we live?
We're
Sweet.
live. What is up, folks?
What's up, folks?
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Today, I'm just imitating what Adam says. Kidding. We have we got a lot to cover today. We got an action-packed,
Big weekend coming up.
very big weekend coming up.
Yes.
The Western Regionals. We have two regionals. They feed into the Race to Rail, which is the big dance. That's the ultimate prize. Everyone wants to win that. So this weekend, San Jose, California, is an opportunity for 4 people to punch a ticket to Race to the Rail. So that is super exciting.
It's huge. This is the moment that all the racers have been waiting for.
Yeah.
You know, all the
If you don't have a ticket already.
Yeah, if you don't have a ticket already, this is one of 2 weekends where things like really, really matter if you're wanting to go to Race for the Rail.
Guaranteed tickets on the line.
Yeah. And some money.
And some money. Yeah, totally. So super excited. It's in San Jose. It's not too late to register. You can go to onewheelracing.com and register if you haven't registered already. If you don't register ahead of time on the internet, like we are kindly asking you to, you can register in person, but I believe it's going to cost you $25 extra to register same day. We like to, because there's so many people that are trying to compete, lay down a time trial, we're giving everybody a assigned time so you know, okay, I got to put on my laps at this time and that time. If you come same day, it makes that really hard. So that's why we kindly ask you to register online so we can give you a time, give you all the information up front.
And we can confirm that there's still availability to register.
There is still some availability. So
Okay.
yeah, if you want to come, sign up. Come on by.
But it is, at your choice. If you choose to wait until Saturday to register on site, you might show up and
True.
it might be closed. So
No guaranteed.
don't wait. Don't expect that there's going to be openings. It's just like any other type of race.
Yeah.
It might be available on site, but if all of the spots are taken up and you get there, don't be too bummed out because registration's been open for quite some time now.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I also learned something in the last 5 minutes that's also relevant, which is that if you've registered, you can come ride the very legendary Lake Cunningham skate park, which is a big deal to Joey because that's where he grew up skating.
No, that skate park's a big deal in the area.
It's a huge deal. It used to be the biggest skate park in California for a little bit, I think. It has this crazy
it's got a full
covered
thing. It's a full
360 tube.
Full loop. Bro.
And we rode it when we were there, and it was actually super cool. Getting up the wall a little bit.
So only people that register to race can ride inside of that. It's not open to
not open to the public, not open to spectators. If you're not literally registered with your name as a racer, you cannot go into that area. That area is like the holding pattern, the cell phone lot of the airport type of thing.
That makes sense. And that's good to know for the audience, people that are just showing up, more than welcome to come watch the races, hang out outside of the race course. But if you're not a registered racer, you will not be allowed to enjoy
the skate park. It's legendary.
It's a beautiful concrete park.
It is. We are in the middle of a beautiful, bigger park. So if you are a spectator, dad, mom, brother, sister, friend, whatever, totally, you can come. You can actually register to attend as an attendee. It's free. It just gives us an idea of how many people are coming on the same spot of the website. And you can grill in the park and hang out. There's a lake and ride around there all you want. So options for everyone. But yes, skate park for registered racers only. So yeah.
Awesome. So let's kind of take it back a second. It's been a couple weeks since the last sanctioned event, Wheel Scorcher. We saw. Holy smokes! Our audio guys.
Audio guy, you gotta.
Yeah, you can't just
Scorcher.
Hey, it's not about how many times you fall off the horse.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's bring it back because we have some pre-Western Regional qualifying or qualifier rankings to go over to see who's who and who's,
Yeah.
who's kind of leading the charge coming into this weekend. Again, we don't know if I haven't seen the registration list. Don't know if all these folks are going to be there. They might opt for Eastern qualifiers. Who knows? But
Right.
we got to do our duty and let the folks know where people stand at the current moment.
Facts. Okay. So, on the I have the women's side up, so let's start there. On the women's side, the current rankings, ranked in first place overall. Or I'm going first down.
Yeah, we're
cool?
just gonna cover the rankings. We're the last few times we would go over what they placed in those sanction events. Where you could go look at the Wheel Scorcher.
Sure.
Those
I have
results.
some results on the side too. I can mention those. First place overall on the women's side is Mercedes Silva. She actually finished second at Wheel Scorcher.
Ranked number one.
But
we want to say first place.
Ranked,
yeah, she is Mercedes Silva currently ranked number one.
Ranked number one.
Yes.
Wow.
And now you're starting at the top of the list,
Yeah.
Jack. So
yeah.
yeah.
just for we're just cutting to the chase today. That's super exciting. She started the season unranked and has been crushing it all year.
I mean, I think it there's not much to say there. We say it every week. She is a shredder, and I kind of expected this.
Yeah.
No doubt. So really looking forward to her.
One
racing.
other thing I would say on the women's side particularly is that this weekend also, this is how the scheduling gods did it, but this weekend is also the Drift Sisters event, which I believe is in Bend, Oregon, where a lot of the best women riders come together and have, shred in the Northwest.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic. So, but unfortunately, it means that some of those top riders aren't at San Jose. I know Mercedes is going to be in San Jose, I believe. Whatever, we can go down the list. But, in talking to the committee, I believe what we're going to do, because so many of the talented riders are basically unavailable for this weekend on the women's side, is to just the latest that I heard was that there would be some way of, like, if they do have some racing event there, that would be weighed by committee members in the rankings as well. So it's like valuing what's happening there, acknowledging it. Just wanted to, just voice that.
No, that's good to know, because it's a tough spot. Like that is such a cool and unique community event for all. Whoa. For all the, sorry, that just like blasted my ears.
We got a little ear blasted.
Yeah.
Okay.
For all the women riders out there and what they are establishing and just the inspiration that they are putting across the one wheel world for female riders. So,
leading the charge.
Yeah. So,
you will be recognized in some way, and if there is a competitive performance to be held out there, it will be reflected in rankings.
Cool.
So, so we have in ranked number one, ranked in first place.
Yeah, we could just go through. Rylan has this up on the screen, so it's
they see it. They know. Okay, Mercedes Silva. Rachel Cecil, who beat Mercedes at Wheel Scorcher. And she's someone who, coming into the year, I thought would be a favorite. So,
I mean, she's
a force to be reckoned with. Allie Stanley, number 3. Be interesting to see between Allie and we've seen some Mercedes and Allie heads up races, but it'd be interesting to see with Rachel Cecil. Ranked 4th, Rachel Payne. She came in 3rd at Wheel Scorcher. So again, top performer there. This is our that's our core pack right now, I would say, up top. 5, we have Tori Shenenwork. 6, Amanda Thompson. 7, Gabby Soto. 8, Chrissy Miller. 9, Jenny Galstead. And 10, Crystal Francis. 11, Nicole Wadamanuk. Sorry about that pronunciation. I'll get that corrected. And then 12, Zoe Thomas.
And Zoe Thomas, number 12, the reigning women's Race for the Rail champion. I think there's something to be said that obviously, you know, where we're at these days with racing, it's very difficult to make it to every race. But
Sure.
It's clear that, you know, that does weigh into your rankings. And I'm interested to see who shows up this weekend, knowing that there may be some of the top riders there may not be, and how that plays into who's going to get the opportunity to, you know, seal the deal for Race for the Rail.
Absolutely. Yeah, Zoe kind of taking the year off the qualifiers because she can afford to, which so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah, you know, as we get to the big show, but yeah, excited to see who comes out on top on the Western Regional side, and if we have some unexpected faces that punch a ticket. You know, top 12 women will be at Race to the Rail, and we already know that Zoe and Rachel Cecil
1 and 2
are 2 of them, right? So there's 10 spots left.
from last year.
So we'll see.
It's going to be a good one. And I think it could open up opportunities for people that haven't been highlighted in that top 5 core group or even top 10 to come in and take advantage of an opportunity.
I think so.
Yeah.
The door's open. Should we kick it on the men's side?
Let's go.
Brandon Lang's asking for clarification on the rankings at Drift Systems.
What's the question?
Will there be a ranking opportunity at the Drift Systems game? Confirmed or not confirmed?
Oh, unconfirmed depends on if they have a competitive event. Obviously, if they don't have a competitive event, we can't rank anything out of that.
Yeah.
So there's some details that need to be ironed out. I think the takeaway is that we recognize that a lot of the highest level riders are there, and we want to find a way to recognize them in the rankings if the format that they have going on out there lends itself to a competitive rank thing. Not everything's competitive. Not everything.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I mean,
just style and soul and grace and freedom are what you're optimizing for. So
from what I know from that event, it's more of a, you know, it's a community thing of just like coming together, encouraging women to, you know, up their skill sets, develop the community that they have, and also just like do clinics and stuff. So yeah, like you said, we'll see.
I just know that was a conversation.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors like timing systems, the course, like the sanction events that happened that we did allow to count for the ranking system are like top tier, top of the line events. Yeah. So they put a lot of effort and a lot of energy into making sure that, like, you know, we vetted them, and that's why they were sanctioned. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Timing is huge.
A big thing, but
hey, I want to give a shout out. Yesterday I was leaving the office, and legendary Onewheel Destroy Boredom the first time, Phil Jaycox was BOREDOM was in front of our sign.
No way.
And I'm leaving the office, and I'm like, take my glass. I'm like, no way. He's like, Adam, it's Phil. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah. And it was him and his partner, and they were just out taking photos. And I was just like in shock, you know, and I just want to give him a little shout out because unfortunately I couldn't like hang out with him for too long, but he was here in Santa Cruz and said, what's up? And just wanted to stop by. So, hey, Phil.
But read him. We'll check the DMs and see if you're still here today, but come drop by later. Maybe. I don't know.
Let's go into the men's.
Okay, I'm just gonna blast through these. Okay.
Are you gonna start at the top, or are you gonna stop at the bottom?
Where do you want me to start?
We might as well just start at the top.
Okay, number 1, Austin Silva, husband and wife, ranked number 1 in the world at this moment. Number 2, Kyle Hansen. Number 3, Noah Bild. Number 4, Brendan Schurmeyer. Number 5, Jeff Adair.
Wow.
Number 6, Jesse Turpin. Number 7, Tyler James. Number 8, Brendan LaCour. Number 9, Thor Callahan. Number 10, Bodie Harrison. Number 11, Luke Austin. Number 12, Dave Stewart. Number 13, Finn Holcomb. Number 14, Sam Varner. And number 15, Kyle Pruitt. And number 16, Neil Bennett.
Dude, that entire like top 15 to 20 is there's a lot of fast people there.
There's a ton of fast people. Even after that, so you got 17 through 20 is Tyler Erickson, Bart Miller, Mika Jones, and Noah Mead. So you got good riders. I mean, there's plenty of good riders at the back here. I'm scrolling down the rankings like into the 30s and stuff, and there's names that I recognize. So yeah, and just quickly, Wheel Scorcher results. Austin came in first. Jay Odinikoff, sorry Jay, came in second. I think that's the only event that he's been to, but he came in second at Wheel Scorcher. So we'll see if he comes to the Eastern Regionals later this month. That would be interesting. He's ranked 22nd overall, but literally finished right behind Austin and beat Noah Build. So like, hi ho, watch out, you know. So yeah, Noah came in third. Brendan LaCour came in fourth. Finn Holcomb came in fifth. Luke Austin in sixth. Jeff Adair in seventh. So yeah, I mean,
it's a list.
It's tough to just you got to win races or finish in the top three.
Yeah.
To really like jump, I think, just because everyone's like performed well, gone to a bunch of races and performed well. Man, you see a Neil Bennett in 16th, and you're like, and that's how many spots there are going to race the rail, 16. You're like, this field is stacked.
Yeah, I mean, and also there's so many factors that come into play in that. You know, it's like
Neil held out a seek and tread out of respect for the game.
Yeah,
which is cool.
he wanted to run his event.
Yep.
Like he wanted to do his part with their.
I
crew,
would assume we'll see him this weekend.
I hope so because
I hope so too.
Because
he's the man.
He's the
but
man.
also because he's
watch him
fast
race.
as heck.
I haven't seen him race this year yet. You know, like so this is gonna be so exciting, especially for us to be able to host this essentially in our backyard. This is like the first time we've ever been able to do a one wheel race within our greater area, and just excited for everybody to come out and you know, this is gonna be a totally different course too, right? Like
that's right.
Totally different than what we are used to from last year's ORL and even our typical race for the rail courses. We're gonna be doing time trials and then a dual slalom, essentially for the finals.
That's
and
right.
Stuff.
That's right. So everyone that registers on Saturday is gonna lay down 2 time trials. Their best time is gonna stay. So their best time will be counted. Course is wildly different from anything that's ever been a course, I think. What would I say? There's a little bit of everything in this course, but there's definitely like some more technical elements than we've had in the past. This is like, if you have, you know, your classic like race the rail fire road on this end of the spectrum, this is like all the way on the other side of the spectrum. That's kind of like what I would say in this moment. Leave it at. You'll see. But I think that's the coolest part is like you go to all these different races and it's different terrain and it's really suited for different strengths and weaknesses. And I think that's really exciting. So that'll be something to look out for. And then the final is a dual slalom, which we've never done, but I know Justin Thompson, who throws the Floatlife Festival, has done some epic dual slaloms, and I think that it's a fun format to watch too. So.
Yeah, I think ultimately for not just the racers, but for the audience, it's going to be so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And like you're going to be able to essentially watch the entire race within like the general area rather than just relying on the live stream and the finish line. So I think as a spectator, and whether you're watching online or you're actually present, it's gonna be exciting. There's gonna be a lot of energy. Psyched for that.
I'm really excited for that as well. So a couple people who have automatic entries into the finals based on the sanctioned events.
Yeah.
So basically, like what we said is that if you win one of the 3 sanctioned events, you automatically qualify for day 2, basically at the regional finals. Like you've earned your spot in day 2. Okay.
Yeah.
That means top 8. Okay. Top 8 riders in San Jose. On the West, that's Jesse Turpin, because Kyle Hansen finished in first and Jesse finished in second.
Yeah.
At the first event, it's a little convoluted because Kyle already has a ticket to race the rail based on last year's performance. So he, passed basically.
He's sharing the wealth.
He shared that with Jesse. So Jesse has a spot on day 2. And then Austin won the 2 other events. Yeah. So Austin has a pass as well. On the women's side, I know Mercedes has a pass. I know, let me get my rankings up here. I know Rachel Payne has a pass that she's going to use to the Eastern thing. There's some details. We have all this straight in our heads.
Yeah.
You guys don't need to remember it all, but basically, some people will see automatically on day 2 because they've won sanctioned events. The only people that are safe right now is Tyler James, Kyle Hansen, Zoe Thomas, and Rachel Cecil. Everyone else either is trying to improve their rankings. At the end of the day, if you're ranked inside that top 16 on the men's side or top 12 on the women's side, you're likely going to get a pass.
Yeah.
Or they're fighting for an automatic qualifier. On the men's and women's side, we'll be handing out the top 4 racers will get automatic qualifiers. If a Tyler James or a Kyle Hansen is in that top 4, then it just goes to the next.
So
next person.
If that happens, just so people know, like,
yeah,
folks that should have been there because somebody raced that already had a ticket. Like, it's all we have.
This is going to go to the next.
It's just going to
person
filter down the list. So
sure. Right. We're not going to give Kyle 2 tickets. He doesn't have to race 2 heats at Race the Rail.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
That would be super weird.
So if that, just like keep that in mind. If you're a racer, don't get discouraged if
Kyle comes in first.
If Kyle comes in first, just know that you should want to come in 5th.
Very good reason for a Kyle or a Tyler or a Zoe or a Rachel Cecil or anyone who's done well at the other sanctioned events to race in this, because the seeding for Race the Rail is going to come from the rankings. So if you're Kyle Hansen, you want to come here and you want to do well again, so that you might be that number 1 overall seed going into Race the Rail.
So you're telling me if I have a automatic bid to Race for the Rail, I shouldn't just sit back and be comfortable in my spot?
And there's prize money. Half of the registration fee is going directly to the athletes. So
that's awesome.
So there's money on the line. There's rankings on the line. So we're gonna get everyone's best shot here. It's gonna be fun.
Well, I'm just excited in general. Getting back into that legitimate race live stream and just the energy that comes with all of this stuff.
Yep.
Is there anything particular you want to talk about other than, for the athletes? Like, we've mentioned for spectators, like, again, we got to register, but it doesn't cost anything.
Yes. Let's see. So we've had questions about age limit.
Yeah.
I know has come up. 14 and older. This is the rule.
It is the number 1 rule in the ORL rule book that is online.
Sure.
And when you register, it does also say that you must be 14 age.
This is true.
14 or older.
Unfortunately, some folks have registered that are younger, and our system doesn't automatically flag that, which is
it's a bummer.
It's a bummer, but that is it's one of the few things that we cannot break. I know there's some athletes that are right on the cusp, some people that are 12, 13 who are killing it, and we're excited to watch their careers blossom. But 14 and older is the reality for.
It's the rule, and it's always been the rule. And unfortunately, like, we can only do so much in our powers, to to change that.
It
And we
is what
can't.
it is.
Yeah.
I'd also like to announce Race the Rail dates.
Oh, finally,
which we
Jack.
haven't done.
I've been waiting for that. Because I think my family's going on vacation that time, and it would have been a real bummer.
Yeah. So Race the Rail is going to be hosted on the 20th and 21st of August.
Okay. Third week of August.
Yes, over the weekend. Now, and we can also say it's going to be I would say it's going to be in the Reno Tahoe area.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
No more Utah.
No more Utah. Yeah.
Wow. Actually, that makes me think like, okay, how's that going to play in with some riders? Like Zoe, she had her hometown trails essentially.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's good. We're mixing it up. We're bringing it back to NorCal.
Yep.
Is there any other details you could?
Well, I think obviously people are eager to get that locked down. I think once we know, so if you're looking to go, essentially earmark that weekend, 20th and 21st, Reno Tahoe area. If you're trying to like book accommodations or keep an eye out, I think we'll probably we don't know who's going yet. We don't know who has tickets yet.
Yeah.
Right. So when we do, we'll communicate, the exact details with the people that get tickets. But that's the general gist of it. We'll probably have that property like that whole week before.
Yeah.
And so, we want to give people as much time on the course as possible. We'll probably do all kinds of other fun competitive ventures that week as well. So if you're a racer, we want to give you time. So that, means what, 17, 18, 19 ish. So, just have that in your mind.
So can we give people like at least like you said, like if we're not sharing specific location of where this race is going to be, can we give them like at least some, like when we're going to announce that?
We'll definitely be communicating with the racers after automatic bids are assigned, basically after bids are assigned. Yeah. So, and I think, we're getting a little, into some things that are still being decided, but we'll be open to the public fundamentally. So people can come and watch. Obviously, a ton of riders in the Sacramento area, in the Northern California area.
Yeah. All over
in Tahoe. Yeah. So that'll be super fun. I think we'll get a big crowd out to watch that. It's every year. It's like the most fun thing ever. So I'm excited about that. And new course. So obviously lots of intrigue there. Yeah. We're going to check it out again. We've been there a couple times. We're going again.
Yeah. Last time we went,
it was covered in snow.
It was covered in snow.
Yeah.
And that's what we could tell you about that.
Yeah.
So we have to go again.
That tells you a little something about the altitude.
Yeah. That's true.
Right? I don't know. What else? Yeah. Maybe that's it.
I liked it.
Stay tuned.
It was what? It was May, and we were throwing snowballs at each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was cool.
So, yeah, that's exciting. I don't know. Is there anything else that we need to cover here?
I think that's the meat, right? Like rider rankings are out, what to expect. Racers, be on top of your stuff. If you want to race, now is the time to register. Again, you can register the day of on site, but if registration fills up, we're sorry. That's just how it is. There's like 200 spots. That's a lot of people.
And trying to get everyone organized and get a time so that you can know. You don't want to be waiting around. Okay, I'm racing at 10 and then I have no idea when till 6. Like you want to have a time.
Oh, here's something that I think will just be good for the general audience and racers too. I'm sure they'll know this, but riding boards.
Oh yeah. So for Saturday,
time trials.
Time trials. Race on whatever you like. have to wear a helmet. That's the rule. Wear a
Yeah.
helmet. And day 2, they're going to be on ORL certified boards. So
GTs.
those come provided. GTs. Those will come provided. You'll be able to choose if you want a slick or a treaded tire.
Yeah.
And you will get those boards that morning. I actually have the little schedule up here. So Saturday, we have racer check-in at 8 to 9:30. Okay. All racer meeting 9:40. Time trials are from 10 to 5. And then at 6 p.m., the racers advancing to Sunday will be announced. We also, I think, are going to have a raffle.
What's the raffle
that
for?
day. Just all kinds of like super rare swag.
Super rare swag.
Yeah. And like good, fun stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
And then we might even do another if you're at Seek and Shred.
If you were at Seek and Shred, and for me, it was the coolest experience ever.
Yeah.
But, you know,
a little van giveaway.
a little van
Just a little
giveaway.
gear out of the back.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So, yeah.
And then so Sunday, noon to 3:30 is racer check-in and courses open for practice. So you'd get your board at that point. And then 3:40, all racer meeting. 4 p.m. live stream starts. This year, our New Year's resolution was to start our live streams on time. So this year is going to start at 4. So, yeah, you have noon to 3:30 for practice. That's plenty of time. What else do I have? I'm just reading through my note from our lovely event guru, Sarah.
I'm just fielding some questions that I from the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's asking about if you finished first in a sanctioned event as a Clydesdale, does that give you second day slot for Western qualifiers? So there is no, there are not specific.
Yeah, there's no categories.
There's no categories in Onewheel Racing League
yes.
events.
Yes.
So a sanctioned event is a community-held event that we have vetted to provide racers the opportunity to
completely their own
to essentially like get into the rankings so that we can field them when we do these actual regional qualifiers.
Yeah.
The thing is, I totally understand, like, you know, weight classes, older, younger, whatever, but we're talking about like the cream of the crop. Like in the Tour de France, there is no Clydesdale. In the Tour de France, there's no like weight class. No. It's you have to
who's the fastest on this thing.
Yeah, it's who's the fastest on this thing,
right.
and in that's just how it is. You know, they're
totally.
Yeah,
I think that's some of the same confusion around the age question too. Is like, oh well, I got to race at Seek and Shred, right? Sure, right? Like, or like at event last year, you know, at the Let It Ride, right? Like, but the reality is like the only portion of Let It Ride, the Western Regionals from last year, that we had control over, that we actually was held by us, is the time trial, right? Where it's 14. You might have participated in other functions of the event. You might have participated in the Clydes, in the, you know, whatever. That is not held by us. We have nothing to do with that. We have to get our own insurance for the things that we're responsible for.
Yeah, and that's just part of a growing, like, what is becoming a professional sport, right? You know, it's just like, I mean, age, you know, I think age matters, but it doesn't. You know, there's people that are all across the age spectrum that are in the top 20.
Look at Tahoe Dave.
Tahoe Dave.
Holy smokes.
You know, it's just really who's the fastest.
I feel you on the weight thing.
Oh, I know.
I'm never going to be faster.
You're never going to be faster than.
So I get it. I just think for us, like, to be honest, you know, we want to put the sport on display in the best way that we know how, in the best possible setting. You know, we want to blast this out to as many people as possible, really like showcase this, right? And it takes a huge investment and a ton of time and a ton of energy. Mm-hmm. We can't put forth that same effort and give that same platform to 5 different categories of things. Like, the NFL gives you its best product on the field, you know, and it tells you, you got to tune in to watch the Super Bowl. And kids are like, I want to do that. You know, like
you're not like, oh, okay, we're gonna host the Pee-wees now.
We would love to
beforehand.
We would love to, exactly. We would love to do that, and I think that the categories that have been developed by these, you know, all of these events that people have that are excited to participate in, like, I think that stuff's awesome.
Yeah,
I think that's like needs to continue, and it has a place in the Onewheel world, just like softball leagues. Like, I want to go join a softball league because I'm too old to play freaking. My pro baseball career is over, but like, and I still love it and I want to participate in it. Like, hell yeah, that's awesome. But you know, at the end of the day, like, what our obligation is to the sport of Onewheel is to just give it the biggest platform that we can, you know, to help create that. And unfortunately for people that are older or heavier, they just aren't as fast as some of the people that are super freaking fast.
it makes sense. I think, you know, we do our best to be as inclusive as we can, but ultimately when you are growing a professional sport, you have to like, there becomes a standard, you know, it's like,
Tour de France is a good example.
Yeah, Tour de France, like, I wouldn't be the climber. I wouldn't be winning the climbing stages because I am not 140 pounds and, you know, can just fly up the mountain.
Sure.
It's just accepting that.
Totally.
And
but we have love for Clydesdales too.
Dude, I love
and early birds.
Early birds, yeah. I mean, in the past we did it a couple different ways, but we're just constantly evolving and trying to make this the best thing with everybody.
Yeah.
And I just love how serious and how motivated people have become. You know, like this is the coolest thing to see. Like, people are literally dedicating their lives to this sport.
Yep.
And it doesn't go unnoticed. Like,
the Silvas are just zooming around the nation, just like riding, going where their heart wants them to, and riding trails. And
it's so inspiring, dude. It is so inspiring to just like see people like are so passionate about it that they're just like, okay, I'm dropping everything, and this is what I need to be doing right now in my life. Yeah. And that contributes to the greater of what we hope to be, just like continuing, just getting this out there and hoping that everybody in the world will one day want to watch Race for the Rail and Onewheel Racing League and know that all of you spectators and racers are a part of this.
Totally.
It's beautiful.
Wow, that was really inspirational. I loved that.
Yeah, I think, well, with that, I guess, you know, we'll end it off and hope to see all y'all either online or at the race. If you see us at the race, say what's up. Love to meet everybody.
Adam, he told me that he will be signing T-shirts. So bring a shirt that you guys are.
You know, I've never signed an autograph before, but I like when people come up to me and take a photo with me. It's just like it's cool.
Sure.
I just love the love, man.
The love is cool.
Like, and I want to give it to everybody. So if we're doing a giveaway, come on up to the van and we're gonna throw some fenders out and stuff. But yeah, see y'all out on the live stream at 4 p.m. Western Pacific time.
Yep.
Or see you out there at the course.
Sounds good. Later, guys.
Peace.
All right.